Hello and welcome to another episode of Relate and Illuminate. And I'm hoping that today's topic will be something we can all relate to. And I need some illumination on this. And here's my thoughts about it. But really, I'm hoping people will comment. It's about the what's called LGBTQ, which we've all heard, but now it's LGBTQ IA2S plus. And so when I first saw that, I thought, what is all that? Well, we know what the LGBTQ stands for. The intersex, I is for intersex, people born with sex characteristics that do not fit typical binary notions of male or female. Then there's asexual, a person who experiences little to no sexual attraction to anybody. Two-spirit is the 2S, a contemporary term used by some indigenous North Americans to describe individuals who embody both masculine and feminine spirits. And then the plus is all other sexual orientations and gender identities not explicitly listed in the acronym. So, and I tried to look up those others, and the list goes on. So to me, it's just very, very confusing. There's a lot of labels. There's a lot of labels here. And I'm just thinking, and by the way, where is H in here? Where is heterosexual, which is my orientation, and a lot of people's. I need to just preface this by saying, I believe everybody needs to be who they think they need to be. Whether they love who they want to and get with who they want to and change their sex if that's who they believe they need to be it, be yourself and embrace that. And I'm all for supporting that. So I want everybody to know that right up front. But I just would like to say, why can't we just talk about how we're alike? How we're alike more than different. We're all human beings, right? We're all, and in terms of races, like Asian, Latino, Scottish, Irish, African American. What about the human race? We're all in this human race, human beings, and that's what I like to see us concentrate on, because that's, what I believe that strengthens us as a people and globally. And of course, in this country, there's the political, identities and labels and all that stuff. But anyway, when I was at the university, we had a whole hour meeting about, it was like sensitivity training, and it was about, all these terms, and there was a lot of them not even mentioned here, non-binary, binary, and the list went on. But the point was, I got very confused, and I didn't know, I got so confused that I thought, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get in a class and not know what to say, And what I thought, well, what can you do, Stephanie? And then there's the whole his, him, and what's the other one? He, him, and his. And, it's the opposite for the she and her and hers, whatever. And I just said, are you a Carl or a Carol? I just want to call you by name. My name's Stephanie. What's your name? And, if it's a androgynous name, like Pat, that could be a girl or a boy, I'll still just call you Pat, and at some point, I'm sure it'll be revealed how you believe. It doesn't matter to me, and I'm sure it doesn't matter to a lot of people, although I imagine it does. There's people, that are discriminatory and judgmental. But the point is, I think if we get away from the labels, that it might be better for people to accept our differences and things like that. So that's my 2 cents. That's my thoughts on the subject. I really don't, I really want to hear from you guys about what you feel about this topic and your experiences and, you know, how you feel about the labels. And is it confusing for you, or you totally understand it? And again, I'm old school, so you know, I didn't grow up. I grew up in a time where we didn't have all these labels, but I'm sure we know there were people that were, you know, men were attracted to men, women to women, and so on and so forth. And a lot of trans people, you know, their story is, I knew I was born a girl, but I felt like a boy my whole, you know, I was a boy in my head, in my heart, my soul. So anyway, I'd love to hear what you think about these labels and comment, and maybe we can learn something from each other, and maybe how I can handle it better. I mean, I handle it fine. I just, you know, I don't want to say the wrong things and offend anybody. So, thanks for joining. Look for us on social media and YouTube, and please comment. I'd love to learn something from you, and I don't know if I've enlightened you at all, but it might be something to think about. Okay, see you next time.